We good to start?
Yeah.
Shane, you were right.
Hmm?
You were right.
I'm all right.
No, you were right.
What?
You said like 20 minutes ago that you were going to wear a hat during the podcast, and I wouldn't be able to guess it. I didn't guess no hat.
For fuck's sake. All right, I'm going to get a hat. Be right back.
No, but too late. You were committed to no.
No, I'm getting a hat. Get it. No, I actually wanted to. I got so caught up in fixing everything. Oh. Hey, we need a new memory card, though.
Oh, for the other thingy. All right. Shit.
Check the windowsill. The windowsill. The windowsill.
I'm trying to guess what hat he's going to come out with. I want to picture it.
What kind of hat?
I'm going to get it. I had a New
Is
York...
it cowboy? Oh.
No, I guess a New York Yankees hat.
Is it a...
It's pink. I don't know what the top says, but it's a pink hat.
It's
It
salmon.
says Weekend Warrior.
Weekend warrior. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
It's provocative.
Yeah, I was guessing a Yankees hat.
Oh.
All right, boys. You don't have a stupid question?
All right. Yes, I do.
What's your stupid question?
Okay. So, is a wolf a dog?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Is a werewolf a dog?
Yes.
So, is a human
Werewolves
form of
don't
werewolf
exist.
a dog?
A human form of wildlife?
A werewolf?
The human form of werewolf, a wildlife.
No, dog. Is it?
Werewolves don't exist.
Well, if you got a collar on it, I don't see why not. No.
It's
But
a
it
doggo.
only is the full moon.
No, it's a doggo. It's still a doggo.
Doggo.
It's still a werewolf. So it's still a doggo.
Oh, my God. This is a stupid idea.
You asked for it, okay?
This is really stupid. Like he went to the root. He like cut right to the chase. It's not like a stupid question where it's like, this is hard to answer. This is just stupid. Perfect. Excellent. It's what we asked for, I guess.
He's like, you get what you pay for.
It's like when you like buy one of those like mystery $5 bags and there's like nothing in it and you're
It's
like,
just
oh man,
Filled.
$5.
It's just filled with disappointment and diabetes.
Or yeah, you buy those like, you know those like little dollar surprise bags they used to get?
Oh,
and like there used to
yeah.
be fun things in there, right? You pay $1, you get like all sorts of candy. You get like this, that, and everything. And you get some toys. And like there were some cool things in there.
Yeah.
And then like now it's like the $1 candy bags. You can still find them at some places, but all the prices are paper. It's like paper.
yeah.
It's like a tissue paper crown. And then like origami. It's like, ooh, this is fun.
Do you think it's like
There's no injection molded plastic in there.
Do you think it's like the only reason for that? It's just like a chokehold preventive hazard, just to kind of like people are gonna put that in their mouth, and so at least they can have
You need
something
to stop
that,
talking about putting things in the mouth.
that disintegrates.
Oh, I don't know. But even those like little popper things like that you'd get for like New Year's, like the little
Oh yeah.
pop things.
Okay.
Yeah, like even those suck. Like they used to be good, and then now the prices really suck. Like the bottom line is always like suck. Now it just all sucks. It's terrible. What
That's
else? Cracker
two
Jacks.
Cs.
All the prizes are paper now.
Oh yeah. Like
Even
the little-
Kinder Surprises. Like you don't get to build the toys anymore.
It's
like,
just mostly
too many
puzzles.
kids put them in their nose, and
Oh
now
yeah,
it's just
all
ruined.
like solid pieces now instead of like kind of like little intricate like pieces you.
It
kinda
all is
put
like
together.
dissolvable. So like
Yeah.
the most you could possibly. That was you. My God, you guys are fucking new.
I'm not.
How's that new? What are you talking about?
You made a noise.
You're rubbing on your mic. You're not even touching the cord. You're just rubbing your headset on the microphone.
Ooh,
Oh my God,
you want to touch me?
we never.
I
Gonna
said,
win.
who wants to fucking touch me? Ooh. South Park.
Wow. Yeah, Steve goes off into the most horrible monologues.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I was just sitting here reading to myself and just like talking to myself. James is in the other room. He's like, Steve, do you always talk to your goddamn self? I was like, I guess. so."
Yes, yes, he does. Not because he thinks he's talking to himself, but because nobody's listening.
Yeah, and I have to be my own best friend. What I was gonna say with this Kinder Surprise.
It all just
Toys.
dissolves now. It's all candy.
It's like that construction paper, like that really like waxy type paper. Like, have you ever like what's it called?
Parchment paper.
Parchment paper.
Remember
Remember
still
how
banned in the U.S. So
yeah,
Parchment paper banned in the U.S.
no.
Yeah, did you guys ever
Kinder
hear
Kinder
about
Surprise.
the Kinder Surprise? Like the guy traveled across the border with him, and he got like pulled in, and like they were like, "This is contraband."
Oh yeah. Well,
Like, oh my God.
I used to know somebody who used to get to get the hookups. Like they always got like the defective like Kinder Surprises, and they just always got like bags and bags of like little toys. And so I think they accidentally took one of those over, and there was like,
Accidentally.
They're like, what the hell is this? And
What
'cause
is
it was like in
this?
their trunk, and so they're like, oh, like, yeah, you can't bring this over.
Oh my goodness.
So they end up just taking it, like, yeah, whatever.
Oh my goodness. Awesome.
Yeah.
Guys,
What's up?
my laptop battery is almost dead.
Oh,
It's terrible.
just put it in like
You have your charger over there?
Nope, it's in the room.
Oh my god. It's only gonna last like 10 more minutes and we're gonna fail. Whatever. I'm gonna cut this part. This is gonna be the first oh no. This is gonna be the first cut in Hotline Hangout history. Anyways, welcome to another episode of Hotline Hangout. My name is Shane, and I'm joined again today by my wonderful friends, Stephen James.
yo, what up?
Oh man, I haven't done that one before. Oh man, it feels like the
timing
Simpsons
was
opener.
impeccable. Simpsons opens.
Yeah, the Simpsons opener. You know where they couch gag?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
our couch gag. Like, well, how am I gonna do this?
What's gonna happen
Every
Where is it gonna
time.
go?
Every time we gotta do it. Anyways, how have you boys been?
I've been fantastic. Had some mighty good watch of some UFC last night. How
boy.
about yourself, Jamie boy?
Just been practicing magic for a tournament next weekend.
Really?
Yeah,
What's your best trick?
trick.
I used to be able to like actually do magic shuffling, like with actual like card deck.
Mm-hmm.
I got bored of it. I never
You ever
really-
pull a quarter out of somebody's ear?
Oh, all the time.
He's
Oh
like,
my god, this
better.
would be like the perfect time for me to have a quarter to pull out of your ear and be like, here you go, that's your pay. Oh, bringing that quarter joke full circle. Anyways, I've been good. Just
Yeah,
got off
that's-
work,
Yeah, working.
came here, set this up, working overtime.
Shane, no one asked you.
Yeah, I
no,
know.
no one
I'm
cared.
just gonna vocal my own opinion. Thank you very much.
Nobody asked me, so I was just like, you know what? I'm an important person.
It-
If you don't love yourself,
no one asked you because you
How
don't
the
care.
hell are you gonna love someone else? Jesus Christ,
yeah,
Queen.
Yeah. Oh, anyways.
What's that name? Oh, RuPaul.
Yeah,
Yeah,
RuPaul.
that's Drag Race.
Oh man, new season of RuPaul just started, by the way.
Yeah.
Pretty excited about that.
What
James-
season are they at now?
Oh, I don't know, like 20,
Is this
10,
20?
15. I have no idea.
RuPaul hasn't aged at all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, RuPaul is like maybe like 30, 35. No, wait. I don't know. I don't know how Paul. How old?
How to Paul?
How to Paul. Yeah.
Never heard of this show.
Seriously?
RuPaul's
Wow,
Drag Race?
It's actually
Why
kind
would,
of.
why would I lie about
I don't know. It's like it's really entertaining.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you're just trying to be the cool kid over here. I haven't heard of it.
Wow, how is that being cool?
I don't know. Being
Oh, he's trying to be original?
Yeah,
Because
being
everybody's heard of
independent.
RuPaul.
That's right.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
So it's like a weird fact about me, but I've seen like every episode of that show. It's like so easy to get like
that's not weird at all.
just drawn in.
That's expected at this point.
Weird fact about me. Yeah. At first, like Nicole was watching it, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't really want to watch this. I was kind of annoyed at first because like it was like, I don't know. It's like a reality TV show, right? I just don't like any of those. And then like after a while, I'm like, oh, who's that? What's going on?
What was it? Yeah, last thing I seen with like RuPaul in it, that SNL skit.
Oh, the
with that,
SNL skit?
yeah.
I haven't seen the SNL skit.
Oh shit! What's that guy's name? Like the guy with like the little butthole eyes. It's he used to be like
Who
married
has
to like
little butthole eyes?
he used to be married to that Ariel Grande chick. Do you know who I'm talking about? It's like he's like tall, lengthy, some like
I know the guy you're talking
yeah.
about.
What's his name?
I don't know.
God, he just
Like little butthole eyes. Like that is
That's-
just like, I don't know, you
that's
wake up
the-
after a night of drinking, you go look at yourself in the mirror, your eyes are all puffy, swolled over, you're like, oh, I got little butthole eyes.
That's the way that he explained him, because like he just looks like he has like these permanent like indented eyes, and he just released a comedy.
Do most
special.
people's eyes like bulge out of their
I
head?
never looked at his face and said,
But,
"Yeah,
like-
that hoe." I don't think I ever looked at anyone's face.
I don't think I ever looked at
That
anybody's
looks like a
Wait,
butthole.
the only butthole face that I can think of is in that one episode of Rick and Morty.
Oh,
Wait, is that Rick and Morty where they have butts for faces?
There a lot of shows did that. It's
Oh, okay. Well, I think Rick and Morty did it too. They did it best, at least.
is that the? I don't know. I thought there was like the eye hole guy. He's like, those are my eye holes.
Oh my goodness.
Don't
Steve
touch
has
them.
like all the references for butthole faces. Butthole
But
faces.
yeah, he did kind of like this whole little segment on SNL where he wanted to like find this kid to be like the new queen of like
This is
drag
like a little
races.
segment right here about
Yeah.
Steve's butthole eyes. Anyways,
Hi.
first story.
Number 5.
Speaking of buttholes,
Or number 1.
Oh man. So Google tracks this guy's bike ride as a burglar was stealing stuff from somebody's house, and that made him a suspect. So basically, this like just like really weirds me out because like surveillance creep is just going way too far.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I feel like at this point, if you left your phone and like anything cellular of yours at home, and then like went out and just killed 50 people, like they wouldn't be able to find you. Like
you just have a
there's
solid
just nothing.
alibi.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, I was at home. Like yeah, you'd have a solid alibi
Check
too.
my tracker.
Yeah. Oh wow. Just put my Apple Watch on my dog.
Yeah,
and
just have
like,
a walk around. He's
just
like
like let him out in the backyard. Like, oh yeah, no, I was exercising over here. Yeah, the map says right there. Yeah, but isn't that crazy though? Like,
yeah.
so basically, what happened here was the police subpoenaed, or I don't know what they did. They told Google. They said, hey, we need information about Google stuff about people traveling around in this area on this day at this time.
Yeah.
And they found this guy and he was bike riding around. And so they didn't give him the name or anything.
Yeah.
They just gave like what, an IP address or something. They gave like some information to say like, okay, these people were doing this. And then they took that data and they kind of like, mapped it around and like, saw what they could derive from that information.
Yeah.
And Google sent this guy an email. He just got an email in his inbox and it said, hey, just a heads up, we just want to let you know that the police have subpoenaed us for information and it's yours. And, if they want the name and address, like if they want your name and information, we're going to give it to them, but they need a subpoena and like, we're going to go to court for it kind of thing. Or like, you know what I mean? Like they need a warrant.
Because what he was saying, I think Google said in like the attachment, you have 7 days to kind of counteract,
Yeah,
like, to
you
actually
can-
contact them with like a lawyer and like try to, what's the appease that process basically,
Yeah,
kind
appeal
of,
it,
to appeal it, to kind of like stop it from actually getting to the point of it being leaked over to the police or the police department. But I guess it was like an ongoing thing they were talking about in the article, talking about how this is a more common trend now when they are fresh out of leads, that they're going to do like
they're
they're going to start doing like a general survey of, I guess, like data collections of what was in the area and what was going on during like little trackers of what they're saying. I think they had like a specific name for like the actual tracker that they use. It's like something.
Oh yeah, there's an app.
Something Force or whatever.
There are all sorts of these like police apps.
I'm way more surprised that this guy saw this email and didn't think it was fake.
Yeah. What would you do if you got an email like this?
I would have, it's fake, and then just going off my day and like just like, oh whatever.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like I'm surprised like
What'd
he
you
actually
do?
cared.
It's the exact same thing. Like if I would have got an email, I'll just kind of put in like a junk file, I throw it away and be like, oh yeah, like normally I get like an email saying like, oh, someone's relative died, you're next in inheritance, here you go.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I got like $1.5 million for you, contact me.
To be fair, I don't get many fake emails like that, so like maybe I would believe it, but like I don't know, like I would probably be like, oh, it's probably not real.
Like the amount of emails I've got to like try and increase my penis size from Ron Jeremy is just outstanding. Like it's like, do they know how big my dick is? Like what?
That's what I was just gonna say. I was like, do you have some recommendations of porn sites so I don't get tracked this way, James? It seems like you have no problem with this.
Yeah, James doesn't get them because like that's all it is. Like when you get a fucking email about something in your spam folder, it's all just extendo pills. They're like, we're gonna make it 10 inches bigger, and it's like, why would you want that?
James is just like, just extend and opt in for the premium passes instead of just going to the free tracks.
It's because I buy those pills.
There you
So
go.
They're like, yeah, leave this guy alone. We don't want to harass him.
Top client.
James is like the number one leaderboard. No, the real problem, the reason why James doesn't get these in his email is because he forgot his password and he just doesn't care. Just hasn't checked his email in like 3 months. I don't want to call.
But yeah. But no, yeah, it's actually really serious. I love how he kind of went through the whole matter. Like when I was reading through the article,
he went and saw a detective.
Yeah.
He did this, he did that. Like he did
because
the opposite of what I would have done. Because I would have been pissed. I would have been like, why are you giving my data? Like honestly, after this, had I got that email and let's say I took it seriously and I believed in everything like that, that would be the end of Google for me. I'd be like, nope, never using Google again. I'd delete all the browsers. I'd switch to DuckDuckGo. I'd use freaking Tor. I would be completely out of Google. And like it could happen to me.
Yeah.
And it is easy. And I actually have switched out of a few Google products. Like I don't use Google Maps anymore. I use Apple Maps.
Oh yeah.
Because at least what they advertise, and I trust them a little bit more because that seems to be like their major selling point here is like security and like your information is private.
Yeah.
Like they don't know and like I could be wrong here, and that's fine, but I think from my understanding is that like they don't know who you are either. If the police ask, they're like, oh well, too bad, we don't know. Like we don't collect that information, and that's great. Yeah. They should. We don't need all of this information being gathered about us all the time. And yeah, maybe it'll make it easier to solve a crime, sure, but like, do we want that? Like it's infringing on my right to privacy, and I just don't like that being in an area like. This guy was just riding his bike. And, so what actually got him out of it, too, was, like, they looked at the data and they looked back and he's like, I take this route every day.
Yeah, he was, like, saying he was using the application called, like, what was it? Like,
Run Tracker?
Runkeeper. Yeah, but essentially that's all it was. It was just keeping a track of, like, his laps and his, like, routes that he was doing. And, like, it showed it, like, he kind of backtraced it a couple of times and it showed, like, this is the normal route that he takes. Yeah. Because with, like, his Google app that he was using, it showed that he, like, circled the victim's house like 3 or 4 times, and so that kind of made him one of the lead suspects in this case.
Well, even then though, like if it did make him the lead suspect, like like if they could have just used it the other way too. They could have been like, oh well, this area well. We see you doing laps here every day, and you're just watching all these people waiting for your chance. Like,
but at the end of the day, like if you really ask yourself, is that enough sufficient evidence to basically prosecute somebody for? Like I don't think that would be enough.
I don't think it is. And they probably obviously they wouldn't have found anything in the house because he wasn't in there.
Yeah, because it seems like he was just kind of looking, like the cops or whoever was like doing the surveying was just looking for leads at this point, like something to try and help them catch him.
Look at the stress. Like for the police, it's like a lead, but for this like poor man who was just exercising, I think it says in here too, he was trying to like get back into fitness or something like that.
Yeah, he was
like
trying to get back in shape. Like he's kind of a little chubbier fella.
Yeah, he was trying to get into shape. And like it takes a lot to like get out there and do that. It's really hard to like start working out and develop a good habit like that.
Oh yeah, for
and this guy, this is fucking traumatizing. Like I'd just be pissed off. I'd be scared, right? Like
I'd
be
working
like
out again.
Yeah, like you know what? I'd buy an iPod Touch. Turn off rip all that shit out of there. We need to stop putting radios and everything. Like these devices would be just as functional without a lot of these things at home. Like, just listen to music, download it all on Spotify and whatever. Yeah. But we just, we're like constantly connected and there's just no reason for it. Especially when you're doing exercise stuff.
There is a reason. The reason is because you're getting a service for free, and that's what you're paying.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. Like you are the product at that point. Once whatever services you get for free, you are the product.
No, but what I'm saying, it's not necessary to be connected all the time, right? Like, yes, you are getting the product for free. Google, you are the product for sure. Yeah. Like Google doesn't make products; you're a product. As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, you're worth about $50.
Yeah. No, actually, there's actually a website you can go to, and you can fill out a little survey here, and it'll tell you how much like your internet data is worth. It's actually a really interesting website. We did it in school one time. Mine. So like I'm pretty like, especially after taking the program that I took and taking a lot of theory about it. I'm like borderline tinfoil hat about a lot of things I do on the internet. So like I try to keep like secure, safe. Like, I'm very like proactive about like my privacy. A lot of times I just don't care too, but that's one thing or whatever. But like, it's just like, they're just like giving away all your information all the time. When you sign up for Gmail now, or like, let's say you go to a website, like let's say you're signing up for Facebook, right? If you type in your email address, like, so Hotline Hangout at gmail.com, right? It'll send you an email and it'll confirm it. But then Facebook goes and sells your data. And then you get an email at hotlinehangout at gmail.com. And so you think like, oh, where the hell, like, how did they get my email? Right? But if you put Hotline Hangout plus Facebook at gmail.com, the email will still come to Hotline Hangout at gmail.com. But in the send bar, you'll see Hotline Hangout plus Facebook. And it'll be an advertisement for Extendo. And then you'd be like, oh, Facebook sold my information to the Extendo makers.
You sold me out, you son of a bitch.
I've actually caught companies doing it.
That's hilarious.
And so now every time I sign up for anything on the internet, I put plus and then the name of the company. Yeah. And, it actually solves the problem of when I sign up for emails, when I go to a thing. So it solves the problem where you start getting spam. You can just like automatically filter all the plus Facebook stuff, and it'll just go right in the garbage because like you know it's coming from like just somewhere you don't want information from.
That is a fascinating.
Yeah, it's a really neat trick.
IT
The Google
security.
hacks. Well, but yeah, I wish I didn't use Gmail at all, but I've had it for so long, and it's just like whatever.
That's cute.
Yeah, but I stopped using Maps. But yeah, this is scary. Anyways, do you have anything else to say about this?
No, it's boring.
It is boring. I thought it was interesting.
Wait, it's an interesting topic just because it could literally happen to like really.
I hope it
anybody
happens
at
to
randoms,
you.
and then you kind of ask for help.
James doesn't.
But
ride a
I
bike.
think his overall reaction behind it, how he like it felt like it was just like internal.
This guy
panic.
followed the
And
process.
and he's like, I don't know what they're gonna do. I know I'm gonna get prosecuted for something. It's like I know they're gonna catch me for something.
Too, though. Like this guy, he seems like he acted like very reasonably,
Yeah.
and then like followed through with everything. So whatever.
I feel like it makes me more suspicious that he went through all this hassle. Like,
well, you know, they're like, would you rather them come and pull you out of work, or would you rather go there and call in sick to work a couple of days to like deal with this? Like, you know what I mean? I'd rather go on my own terms, and like if the alternative was going on their terms, that would be awkward and like very like imagine that, eh? Especially like people get fired from their jobs all the time for all sorts of things that don't make any sense. And like, you know, that'd probably be one of them. Like imagine getting picked up at the workplace and taken out by the police. Like sure they couldn't fire you for that, but they'd be like, oh, we ran out of jobs.
That's just a
Or
normal
something.
Thursday.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Anyways.
number 4.
Oh my god.
Proud of you.
All right. So this is kind of like a combined story thing that I wanted to talk about. It's like a mashup of stories. So there is so much. Oh, I think they're good shows.
Oh yeah.
I'm like super excited about these things. So I'm a huge fan of Cosmos. Originally, like I didn't know that the Carl Sagan series was a thing. Oh boy. Damn.
Fired.
Okay, we gotta start over.
Fired.
Fight. I didn't know Carl Sagan's Cosmos was a thing, and it was. And I watched that slightly like a few months before the Neil deGrasse Tyson Cosmos came out.
Yeah.
And then Neil deGrasse Tyson Cosmos came out. And oh my God. Oh my God.
Twice.
Jesus Christ. That's like 2 liters of Mountain Dew.
Liter, but that's besides the point.
Oh. No, you had 2 of them.
What? Yeah, this is the second one.
That's
So
what
it's
Yeah,
said
2
earlier,
liters.
No, it's
Wait. You
550
didn't know
milliliters.
Carl Sagan was the first one to originate?
No,
the
I knew-
Cosmos? Okay, yeah, because
I knew of
like,
Carl
in like the
Sagan.
80s.
Yeah, but I never watched the show until I was like in my
Yeah.
20s or whatever, right?
Yeah, 'cause-
and then the second season came out, like you know, Beyond Plants or whatever. And so one of my favorite things was that it was directed or produced or whatever by Seth MacFarlane. And like Seth MacFarlane's such an interesting guy. He's like so like multifaceted and like talented in like so many ways. And then he directed this show, and like all the CG and everything like that. Like I don't know, I got to see some of the behind the scenes for it, and I was just like so amazed because it's like its cinematography is like just really cool and fun and everything. Plus it's like cool science, right? Like plus you got like Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like that's the type of show you could watch like a full run through, but then also watch like before bed, and it'll be like the soft dulcet tones
Oh yeah.
of Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about space shit.
Because that was like a big accomplishment for like Neil deGrasse Tyson to kind of take over
yeah.
after Carl Sagan.
It
Because
was
like,
so good though.
that was like one of his like all-time favorite astronomer, and like I'm not sure if you heard.
yeah,
about
no,
the,
they had the whole story with them.
and then the whole like dynamic of how he picked him up, how he like made a reservation date with young
he, like,
Neil
met him.
deGrasse Tyson. Yeah, and he like signed a book and everything for him. He was like
that's
show. I
wild.
think he does this like the first episode in the show. He talks.
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
he talks about it.
Yeah.
He talked like the whole story. It's like animated.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's funny about that too? So Neil deGrasse Tyson has a podcast / like radio show / like TV show. There's video and everything. It's called Star Talk Radio or something like that.
I watched a few episodes.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it's gotten any better, but like when Neil deGrasse Tyson is being directed and he has a script, fantastic. And like also on his Twitter, like he's fantastic. He's like a very well spoken man, and he is on his show too. But like, oh man, that show is like unscripted, and like there are topics and they follow like kind of like a guide or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like so cheesy. It's like the nerdiest radio show ever, and it's always just a bunch of nerds on there, and I can't understand what they're saying. I'm like, what are you talking about? And it's just like so dull and
They're just
boring.
geeking out.
Yeah, they're just geeking out, and that's great. Like that's fine. I just like I can't get into it. Did you like it when you watched a couple episodes?
Yeah, I liked it.
What was the
like
topics?
when did you watch it though? Like recently, somewhat recently, within the last year? 2
Yeah,
years?
within the year.
Okay, yeah.
Do you?
do you remember the topics or?
Oh yeah. Do you remember those?
One was about a water tower and like how water towers work,
Okay.
Okay.
and then Another one was can't remember. Something about planets.
Oh, yeah,
Something
his
about
specialty.
that sounds about right.
It might have been about Pluto.
Oh, okay.
A dwarf planet.
Well, because like the last time I was
planet.
Pluto.
Oh no! It was
Excuse me.
I forget what it's called, but essentially like in New York when the sun like lines up with the
Oh yeah, and
Oh,
you get to
yeah,
see like
yeah.
the horizon
Yeah.
and the buildings.
yeah, I forget what that's called, but like they were talking about that.
It's called the Brooklyn skyline.
No, it's not.
Isn't that- well,
Oh my god, you got me excited. I'm like, whoa.
no, yeah, because
guessed
I
that.
seen the images because it only happens like
Happens like once a year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
once a
like
year.
once a year, yeah.
And I think like Neil deGrasse Tyson like was like the first one to like take a nice picture or something.
I think so.
No.
Yeah. Wasn't it him?
Or
'Cause, like
he wrote a book, I don't
yeah,
know.
because
He wrote a book
did-
about a picture that he
He
took.
did take a picture of that. I remember seeing it. Like he was
Yeah,
advertising.
it was a
on
good
one of
picture.
The, talk show hosts.
I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when I listened to Star Talk Radio, it was actually after the first season of Cosmos in like 2014. So like the last season, so season 1, 1980 or whatever, season 2, 2014, season 3, 2020. Like maybe by like 2030 we'll be doing one every year or like one every couple of months or something. Like just getting closer and closer
It's
together.
really
would
like
be
Rick and
nice.
Morty, you know. This,
Yeah, we're still waiting. They said second half of season 2 coming in, or season 4 coming in February, and it's like March now, and like they're not teasing anything. Like we're not getting anything for March. Like it's not happening.
Well, because what he said, I guess from the little trailer that was kind of leaked, I guess it was called like Possible Worlds. So it's kind of like putting in a concept of us relocating to other habitable places.
Of this?
Yeah, and making it more or less habitable, basically.
Oh yeah, he's talking about us moving to different
Yeah,
planets.
yeah,
Because like that's ultimately what needs to happen.
Yeah,
here
because
on
that's
Earth.
essentially, I think that's going to be the premise of it, of us moving to Mars or some shit. And he's going to
Yeah.
kind of like talk about and reminisce of the possibilities of doing so, of what we need to do, how we have to do it.
I'm just super excited for it.
Yeah,
And
it
actually,
it looks great, man.
first episode comes out
March 9th.
March 9th, so about like 4 days
2020.
ago in the past, because today is Friday.
Ooh, back in time, yeah. There you go.
Anyways, so quick, 2 other shows that
Paradoxal
I'm really
effect.
excited about.
That's what that is.
HBO is from what I understand, they're launching like a game TV show like studio. Like they're gonna have like it's just like video games, like shows based on video games. So right now they're apparently producing The Last of Us into a
Oh my
TV
God,
series, and I am so pumped. I'm so pumped for Last of Us 2, which is like coming out soon, and then also a TV series that apparently if it does well, it's going to be like a long running TV series.
Yeah.
Like it's not meant to be like one season. It's like not supposed to be a one off. It's supposed to be like a normal full run TV show.
You think this is like? Oh, sorry, what?
I know me and Steve were talking about like we didn't really like the one Last of Us. Like we only played like for a few hours.
Really?
Yeah. Or
It wasn't so much of not liking it. It's just I only got to play it for like maybe like a couple of hours. Like
Oh.
I've haven't actually.
I'll
like,
let you
ended
borrow
up
it. Do you
with
have it?
No, I have it.
Oh, it's so good.
I know. I think I read somewhere too. HBO is also thinking about making Uncharted.
God of War.
I saw Uncharted.
Uncharted. Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
that-
Uncharted. I've seen God of War too, but
Yeah.
that's the thing is like it's a whole video
Yeah.
game studio
well,
like
yeah,
meant
those are
to
all, like,
developing TV shows
produced by
about
what?
video games.
Naughty Dog, I think.
So
is a produ-
this one's Naughty
production?
Dog.
And
Yeah.
Uncharted,
Actually,
Yeah, Uncharted is also
Who
Naughty
does
Dog as well.
God of War?
God of War. That's Santa Monica Studios. I know that. I got all platinum for them.
Okay, I don't think this is a Naughty Dog like exclusive collaboration.
But yeah, because even coming from
Yeah, they're
it,
gonna make Jack and Daxter next.
oh my god, like, but this is like really big because like you think about it, like look how well The Witcher is doing like on Netflix.
It was Sony actually.
Well, yeah, that's Sony,
That's
but
Santa Monica Studio through Sony.
Yeah,
Because what I heard at least was that this HBO department or whatever was Sony. It's like a Sony gaming department, and like Naughty Dog and Sony go back.
Yeah.
They go way back.
Oh, but yeah. Going back on topic, like that was like one premise that I was actually thinking about. Like when you were there, like a kid, and you were playing like a video game or something like that, you'd be like, wow, this would actually make a really solid like movie or something. Like I'm glad how they're actually
I
now
never thought,
taking
Crash Bandicoot would be a solid movie.
Well,
Sonic
I think,
Sonic
like,
the
first
Hedgehog.
Uncharted, like what was that 2011? Like that's when like
Yeah.
we
I never
didn't-
really played Uncharted.
Uncharted. Oh my
Yeah.
god, yeah,
It
it's
looks
really
really
good.
beautiful though.
Yeah.
I got it for
cinematic
free with a
green-
PlayStation and I sold it. And I was like,
Gotcha.
I don't want to play this.
But yeah,
Was out.
the main premise. Have you guys actually even seen like let's say what I was just talking about, The Witcher on Netflix?
oh yeah.
like
Yeah.
love it. Like it's amazing. It's
I like
really
that one
well
song.
did.
Toss a coin to your Witcher. That's a good song. Like,
And
went
yeah,
off
so
and I'm
it's
like,
so it's a good concept too of what they're trying to do now and bring in The Last of Us because guarantee this is going to be its own selling point.
Oh yeah.
And of course, like Netflix has its own app and whatever, and then HBO is trying
Hey,
to
you know what's
compare it
crazy?
with that as well. What's up?
I was watching The Witcher and like throughout the whole until that thing happened or whatever, until the whole thing, I was just thinking like I was like, I know they were gonna make this girl hot, but I was like, how the fuck are they gonna make this girl hot? And then they did it. They like cracked her jaw back into place, like got rid of her scoliosis, did her hair. I don't know, man. That was crazy though. That was like wild. Like how the hell did they do that?
Yennefer
does not look like the same person at all, and then she turns into this like
goddess.
Yeah. Oh man. Anyways, last point for story number 4. Only story number 4. God damn. Kids in the Hall also returning on Amazon Prime Video. I am so excited about this. That show should have went on forever. Like they're old now, and they're probably still hilarious. Also, Bruce McCullough especially, and Kevin McDonald. I see them like all the time doing stuff or whatever. Yes, Scott Thompson. The guy, you know, the guy who did the like the sassy gay guy with like the cigarette. Those bits were my favorite, and then Dave Foley's bit about the I crush you.
Oh
like,
yeah,
I'm crushing your head. Those things drove me nuts, and like I still watch them now. I still follow Kids in the Hall because they're all doing all their own stuff. And then what else was there? There was like I forget what the TV show was called. They tried to do a spin-off once and then stopped. But yeah, man, these guys are great. I love these. What I also love about Kids in the Hall is that it's Canadian. They're all Canadian.
Yeah. It's like it was produced out of Toronto. That's what I'm wondering if it's actually still going to be produced in Toronto for like the remake for it. I guess like if they're actually going to still do it here.
8 episodes too, so it's an original series. But I hope that they just kind of come back because like Kids in the Hall was probably like the peak of sketch comedy in the 90s. Like it was just so good. Like, James has no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
No idea. I was gonna say, you guys are fucking boomers.
Well, wasn't it who's the creator of
Lorne Michaels?
Lorne Michaels. Yeah, I was gonna say like Chuck Michaels or something like that. Lorne Michaels, yes. He was kind of like one of the co-producers or like the executive producers, one or the other. Because I know also he does like Saturday Night Live and everything as well. And that was kind of like a big turning point for that.
Make that connection.
Yeah, Lorne Michaels.
They tried to do a Saturday Night Live in Canada, but it just turned into Kids in the Hall.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's like two type of humor. It's like, you know how you like see Canadian humor, then you see like, I guess like the US.
Hey, wait a second.
New York.
Yeah, I knew they were missing somebody.
Then you see British humor. Yeah. I don't know. That's what I was like looking at. I don't know if he died or not.
Oh, Mark McKinney?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I didn't find anything on him. Unless he just didn't want to do it. But that's his problem.
Mark McKinney. Oh, I hope he didn't die. Yeah, because he was the funny one who did the Crush You. Ugh. Wow, look at them, though. Hey, you see that picture?
Yeah, that's super young.
Oh, they're all so cute.
Those adorable.
Little ones. Oh, am I even allowed to say that? How old were they in that picture?
They're all 16. You pedophile.
Oh, yeah, he just doesn't want to be in it. Oh, you know what? Whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck Mark McKinney. Son of a bitch.
Number 3.
There you go.
Oh, Steve, this one's yours.
Yeah, number 3 is coming from Toronto of coming back with the whole cybercrime type situation, how a mother actually spent 9 months posing as underage children just to kind of, I guess like she's kind of like an app developer and like kind of like she works in like the tech savvy fields. Like she's wanted like a higher up CEO or so for her own little small independent tech company where she's kind of like trying to collect data and information of safety and protection for users. So she was like posing as kind of like a 11-year-old and a 15-year-old girl. I guess she has a couple of more other accounts as well, where how within like hours she was basically stating how a ring full of like pedophiles are trying to like contact him and like reach out to him.
It says here in the article, by the end of 2.5 hours of posing online. So she was posing as an 11-year-old girl
Bailey,
named Bailey.
Yeah.
And it says by the end of 2.5 hours, I've had 7 video calls.
Yes.
I've ignored 24 other video calls, text chatted with 17 men, some who had messaged her before, gearing back up in hopes of more interaction.
Yeah.
And then seen genitalia of 11 of those men.
Yeah.
And then she wrote like a big story about this or whatever too. But like I could just imagine like what it would do to your like perception of like reality. Like I'd just be horrified. Like even as an adult, like kids going through this is obviously like one thing and that's horrible. But then imagine like going through this as an adult, trying to catch these people and just seeing like how if you put yourself out there for it, it's just there. It's like instant. It's
so she was
absolutely messed up.
She was like from like her data collection and stuff like that too. What she was trying to figure out is that she realized a majority of them kind of have like common trait factors. Like, oh, they're like 9 to 5 jobs. Like they're usually around the age of like 28-ish or so, like an average, even though there's like a wide range, but those were kind of like the common people that we're contacting. And I think when she posed as another 15-year-old that she actually made she met up with one of the actual I guess, pedophile guys at like a hotel, and he was trying to convince her to come up to like her room and everything too. So it's kind of like that show, like To Catch a Predator, like indirectly, but this was only just for her own safekeepings. And she went on kind of talking about she's not allowed to say if these guys were prosecuted or anything, just because they are going through trials and everything, and still going through like she's actually testifying for.
What she did too, so like. Not, you can't just like take pictures of a kid and then put them online and like lure people around. So what they did actually was they took pictures of her and then like used like age reduction technology to like make her look younger. Yeah. And so the other girl that she like, developed or like they like turned her into was a 15-year-old named Libby. And within an hour of creating a bunch of social media profiles and stuff like that, 7 men were like in the DMs. Yeah. And within like a little bit over a week, there were 92 men, and it actually took a team of 5 people working full time to keep up with the onslaught, like working to gather evidence that could be used to like arrest and prosecute these people.
Where was that actually? It kind of made me just trigger a memory. Was it like Alabama that finally got like passed, like a bill got passed where they can now legally castrate sexual like assaulters, basically?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, like they're allowed now to like legally like castrate males for doing like I guess like this.
It's like a whole other debate. I don't know if I agree or disagree with that, because like people can change, right?
Fuck that.
You go to
like,
prison
if you step
for like a long time
that far and kind of go to the point of what you're sitting at, like you deserve it.
Like I definitely don't like. I don't know. I don't know if they should be castrated, but maybe they should just go to prison for the rest of their lives.
Like I think
keep your balls though. Like,
what do you think of James?
Like, let's just say I'm a Japanese man. Okay, so like Japan takes that like way less seriously. So, and let's say I moved to Alabama.
What do you mean, like older men talking to children?
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
So there was anime writer. So
how do you know this? Were you posing as a Japanese man online?
No. I watched a YouTube video today about it. Fun fact.
Really?
So he wrote an anime for, I don't know, but pretty much Oda, the guy that writes One Piece, big anime, blah, blah, blah. He went to go talk to the guy. Yeah. The guy pretty much had possession of child pornography on his computer. Didn't do anything with it, just had possession of it.
Okay.
He got like a $5,000 fine and like a year in prison, and that's all he got.
That seems like, I feel like that sounds like pretty normal for what they do over here. Like, I don't know how harsh the punishments for like possession.
Yeah, because
like if you like, let's say you just like downloaded it from the internet, like that's one thing. But I think like the major crimes are for producing it and distributing it.
Yeah, that's the main crime that we.
If you just had it, like I don't know. Yeah. I don't think that's like, it's obvious. Obviously, they regard it as a crime. But yeah.
I don't know, because like I thought the whole like stigma and everything too, because like when you reflect back.
Oh yeah, you have to register as a sex offender.
Well, that, but also too like referring to like James' comment over here about the Japan and how they're a little bit more laxed on, I guess, the concept of, I don't want to say like pedophiles, but if you like look at a majority of animes too, how it's like always older guys going for like younger like female antagonists and stuff like that.
It's always like males.
The anime goes out of this.
Yeah, like that.
That's leave out of this.
Like
that's always like the premise too, like a majority of it.
You leave James' waifu alone.
I'm not sure if that's like a whole separate category. You know how like anime has like 13 bajillion different type of categories that comes along with it. I'm not sure if that's like one stick of its genre of like
hentai art, Steve.
They're also talking in this article too
hentai.
About
it's a form of art.
It's refined. But yeah, so she pointed out in her article too that like boys are victims of this too, often drawn by predators pretending to be pretty girls their age, and it just like makes me think like you go on like online dating apps or whatever, and it's just like all fake accounts.
Yeah,
it's all fake accounts. Even we actually studied what was that website that had like a big data breach, like Ashley Madison?
Oh, Ashley Madison.
Yeah, Ashley Madison, and they looked into it, and like about like 95% of the women on that website were robots. They were just fake accounts. And basically the way that Ashley Madison works is you have to like log into Ashley Madison. You have to buy tokens. Like women can send you messages, but men have to buy tokens to like send messages back. And like just imagine that, because like Ashley Madison at one point or another was supposed to be like the premier website that you went to like cheat on your wife or whatever, right?
Okay.
And like it was like the luxury cheat on your wife app, right? Okay. And it was supposed to be like this like that you're supposed to be able to do that like safely or whatever. But what it ended up turning into was just robots. It was just robots. You were talking to robots and you were paying money to talk to robots. And they knew that, but they didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Not to say that anybody should be like cheating on their wife or anything like that, but like this is what dating for men on the internet is just basically trying to figure out like the entire dating industry for men on the internet is a Turing test.
I was gonna say it's so funny
just a
too,
Turing
how
test.
you were actually saying about the Ashley Madison. I know also too what is it like Tinder and stuff like that. How people are posting like their Snapchat.
Yeah, it's like
and
add
stuff
me on
like that.
Snapchat, and it's like why like
and it's just like I don't know, like that's a majority of what it is. Just
it's just
for, like,
all add me on
self-plugs.
Snapchat.
I don't know, like
it's crazy. You know, it's kind of
any way to turn a profit, I suppose.
yeah. It's tough.
What's the expression? Prostitution is the oldest occupation.
Yeah.
So I don't know. To each his own.
Okay, that's really good. Anyways,
Yeah.
the heck was that? Anyways, so yeah, that's terrible, and kids need to be safe on the internet. Oh, and then you see the pictures of this girl down here. I don't know if you guys saw those, but yeah, she looks like that is a little ass kid right there.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? People are insane. Like
if those are actually like her real shots there that she has. Like they were really well did to kind of pose as like a child, like legit, like an actual 10-year-old, 11-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Like those do look legit, but like how can like somebody just kind of like look at that and be like, oh, yeah, like this is what I want.
Yeah,
like people are effed.
Yeah, no, it's absolute pure insanity.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, enough about that.
Number 2.
So yeah, speaking of children.
Chilling,
getting stuck in situations they shouldn't be stuck in. Oh, horrible segue.
Oh yeah.
8-year-old wins $200 worth of Cannabis product at youth hockey tournament.
Yeah. Oh, I love this story.
The story is great. So it's in BC too. Like every time I hear cool stories about pot, it's in BC.
It has to be.
So what happens here is like, let's say just like once a month or something, there's a raffle in this like hockey tournament or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And basically everybody or whoever's turn it is to host the raffle is supposed to make like a bouquet of something like candies and gifts and gift cards or whatever. And the kids buy raffle tickets that kind of go towards paying the next month's raffle. But this raffle thing is supposed to be worth $50. It's supposed to be about $50 of like useful, fun trinkets or whatever. And this raffle was $200 worth of cannabis. And like, if you look at the actual things there's like a
products.
What is that? Like a bong? No, it's a pipe.
It's a little pipe.
It's a pipe. There's like a whole bunch of different kinds of government marijuana.
Yeah.
There's like this, that, and everything.
It's like
it's a stash,
like that,
man.
yeah.
Like that's gonna take you a while to go through, especially for an 8-year-old. Like
it was so funny too, just because I think that the father or the grandfather that won it, like he just bought 2 raffle tickets.
No,
for
he
like
gave
$10.
the kid $10.
Yeah,
and then the kid bought. It was for the kid. Like
I thought
this is a kid's raffle.
I thought
the prizes go to kids.
Well, I thought he bought it and just gave the kid the tickets or whatever.
Oh no.
But yeah, because I was gonna say like,
he bought it.
Wouldn't you assume there would be like some sort of like age restriction and stuff like that? Especially too, it is legit weed
right?
product and stuff like that.
The prizes were supposed to be for children. Like this is a raffle for children.
Okay.
Like the prizes should have been like an Amazon gift card, some candy, lollipops, things that kids do. I don't know, Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Toys, little drone helicopters. What are those things called that kids are playing with nowadays? Yo-yos.
TikTok.
TikToks. Yeah, you should have had some TikToks in there. Like whatever, you know. But instead they load them up for prizes for me.
Speaking of TikTok, do you guys actually hear about that latest trend? What is it called? Like the Skull Crusher.
We have to.
And it's so stupid because like what the Skull Crusher is just like you line up behind him and you just push somebody down.
Steve, we're gonna cancel you.
Yeah, you're canceled.
This is the 3rd time this week.
Oh boy. Anyways, some parents said that it was ludicrous, and police. Man, they got the police involved. Like, just take the weed away from the kid.
I just
and
give
like
it to your grandfather.
complain about it to everybody, and then don't do it again.
Yeah.
Like, come on. I don't know. Interesting story. Not too much extra to say here. I wish I won this.
Actually, yeah. Speaking of the topic,
haul.
what's like have you guys ever actually won like any type of like special prizes such as like this one, like in a raffle? James?
So when I was 6,
I've never won this much weed before.
I was at the country fair, a little boy.
Okay.
I wanted a bike. I put my ticket in.
Yeah.
And after like 20 minutes of waiting for the ticket, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
I didn't want to wait anymore.
Oh.
Guess whose ticket they pulled? They pulled mine.
Oh, shut up.
So you didn't get the bike?
But since I wasn't there, they gave it to someone else.
Yeah, they would have to.
Oh, I'd give it to somebody else too. Even if you were there, I'd pull your name and I'd be like, oh no.
Dude, that is
No.
hilarious. I think this is the exact same thing that happened to myself. I think I was about like 8 years old, and
He's trying to one up you.
I went to like it was called like a Much Music dance, so they had it at like our arena. And
Steve went to a Much Music.
like, do you remember? Do you remember
Okay,
Much
boomer.
Music? Much Music on.
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
It was a TV station back in the
okay.
day, and like it was like, oh, Much on Demand. So they brought like the actual.
He's canceled.
Shut up. So he actually brought
He
in.
got canceled from.
He's talking about dances.
So
when he was 8.
I'm explaining my story.
He got
So
canceled.
What
when
did you
Bob
win?
Dylan
That's all I
goes.
want to know.
I won a bike. That's
What the?
it. So
What
I
is he
won
just
a
one
bike.
upping you? Did you get to keep it?
Yes, I got to keep the
Oh,
bike.
one up.
Whoa,
Oh,
But
fuck this
the
guy.
The main
No, no,
reason,
no,
but
no,
the
no,
main
no, no.
reason how I won it is somebody pulled a James, and someone got their ticket pulled, and they weren't there. They couldn't find him.
Wait, was
and
it a Much
then-
Music dance?
No.
And then after I
guys
was the
together?
second ticket that got pulled, and they're like, "Oh, whatever, Stephen Murphy." And after I come up there, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's me." Like I was about to leave too, and then after I heard my name, I was like, "What was that?" It was like this massive like mountain bike or whatever.
Hey, Steve, I just want to point something out here real quick.
Yes.
Remember earlier when I asked you to give me the thick blue battery and you gave me the thin blue battery?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the thin blue battery died. Bad man, I'm pissed.
I actually. So, do you guys remember the game Titanfall?
Did
Yes.
it just die?
So,
That's been off for a while.
the original Titanfall game when
That's why we need a rhino.
it came out.
Yes.
We went to a Microsoft store for
Thick
the
boy.
midnight release.
Mm-hmm.
Me, my brother, my mom, and her boyfriend all
Yeah.
got like one ticket, right? Out of those 4 tickets, we all won.
Okay.
So
Oh wow.
I got a guidebook of how to like everything in the game, basically, a controller,
Okay.
Turtle Beaches,
Oh
Oh, dang.
shoot.
and I got something else. I think it was like a shirt.
It was
Okay.
a massive haul.
Yeah, so I got all 4 of our tickets won.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's good luck.
Yeah.
So okay, my
fortune.
thing, because like I've never really like, oh no, okay, I got 2 things that I won, 2 things that are interesting. So at our work, occasionally they'll do draws and stuff, and like this was like 4 or 5 years ago. I haven't really ever won anything else from there. They still do these draws now, but the prizes are a little different. But so at work, I won an iPad Mini and it was back when the iPad Mini cost like $500. And I didn't want an iPad Mini, but I had it. And since it was like still in the package and everything, they don't give you the receipt for them. But if you brought it back to Best Buy at the time, you could actually return what you'd won and just say, "Hey, I got this from work and I don't want it. Can I get some store credit for it?" And they just return it for the lowest sale price and give you a gift card worth however much that is.
Okay.
And so I actually bought a camera lens that I still have now. It's like a really expensive camera lens. It's like $400 50 millimeter camera lens. Pretty expensive. And I bought a guitar with it. So pretty good haul there. Okay, the only other thing that I like can think of that I won. So when I was young, I went to Wheels Inn in Chatham. Do you know what that is?
Oh yeah.
It's like a laser place, right?
It's like there's a swimming pool, there's a hotel, there's like an arcade. There's all sorts of stuff to do there.
Yeah.
It's for like kids and families or whatever.
Well, it's all
like
shut
a Great
down
Wolf Lodge. Yeah, it's not even there anymore. It was cool though, and I was young and it was fun. So I had saved up $125 to go there. Plus, I think my mom gave me like $75 or something. And we were going with friends. So we went to like the Scarborough Bluffs at one point too in this trip. I don't even know how the hell we got out there, but we were driving around for a long time. Ended up at Wheels Inn in Chatham. Stayed there for like 3 or 4 days. And I went to the arcade and I had $125. We had a budget of $25 of tickets a day that my mom gave to my friend's mom that she was supposed to give me money every day to go to the thing. But I also had a secret stash of money. And I spent all of that money at the arcade. I doubled my money every day by like giving I rationed my money too, but I was playing at all the arcades and stuff. And you know the one game where you can like put your token in and it'll kind of go on the thing and then you can
Push tokens.
push
Yeah,
tokens.
yeah, the little shifty
Yeah,
thingy.
I won the tokens. Like I won the pile, right? So I pushed that in and I got like 500 tokens out of this thing. It was crazy how many
wow.
damn tokens like fell out and I got all of them. I easily like got like what would be the equivalent of like double my money worth of tokens
Okay.
for like my whole trip. So I had like quadruple money of everybody else worth of tokens and I was just playing games and getting tickets the whole time. I saved up all the tickets. I ended up having somewhere close to like 75 to 100,000 tickets at the end of it. And I just went and I bought 2 of the backpack super soakers, which is like, I don't know how much those cost now, but they were expensive then, and I'm sure they're expensive now if they still have them. I got all sorts of little trinkets and stuff. The super soakers were the fun ones, and they were also the backpack super soakers where you could flip them around, and you had like a Nerf, like a bullet gun, like
Oh,
what
that's
are those little darts or whatever.
Okay.
And then it switched over and it had like the high pressure gun. And then I didn't know what to do with the rest of the ticket. So I asked them how many bouncy balls they had. And then I just bought all of the bouncy balls. And then I told them to give
Jesus.
the rest of my tickets to other people. Because like there was like nothing
just threw 'em
good. I
away.
was just like, no, yeah, give these tickets to other kids. Actually, no, I don't think I gave them to the place. I think I handed them out to a couple people.
That's funny.
You
But
didn't
yeah.
give them to your friends.
You know what we
just
did
don't
to the
like them?
bouncy? No, like I bought enough super soakers for everybody. Like like it's just me and one other person. But yeah. Anyways, so with those bouncy balls, I legit had like a garbage bag full of bouncy balls, and I brought them to my friend's house, and I brought them like I took like a couple hundred or like however many. I filled up a grocery shopping bag full of them, brought them to my friend's house, and we took a fan, like a desk fan or whatever, took the side off of it, turned it sideways on the floor, turned it on full speed, and then we just let the bag go in an empty bedroom, and there were just balls flying around everywhere. I was getting hit in the eye. Like we actually broke the fan. The fan, like one of the blades popped off and like spin and hit the wall. We all had bruises all over us and everything. There were holes in the wall. The fan was putting holes in the wall. There was like little shit
my
flying
God.
around everywhere. It was absolute insanity. It was like pure mayhem in there.
That reminded me of that Jackass scene with like.
Oh my god, yeah, that would be a
where it's
Jackass.
just like
thing.
where they like get shot with all those balls. It was like during the movie. I think it was like Jackass 2. It was like Ryan Dunn, Johnny Knoxville, and Bam Margera.
Oh yeah.
And they were standing in front of one of those riot chargers. And so it like shoots them, and they're just all like smashed.
Oh
up.
my god, it was painful. So then you know what we were doing after, which was funny. Like the bouncy balls are trouble. Like you can get into so much trouble with bouncy balls. Like so because of that incident actually, and like I'm glad that it happened because like the person I was friends with, like I've looked him up on Facebook now, and he's just not the type of person that I should have been hanging out with.
So you saying you ruined his life?
I ruined his life. Yeah. Well, anyways. So this kid's dad, he like banned me from hanging out with him. He was like, "You're never allowed in my house again." I'm like, "What? You know what? I came over to your house with toys, and this is what your kid suggested we did. Like, how this is not my fault. Like, whatever."
Oh, Shane, you're saying you're hanging out with a bad kid?
So my idea though, my bad idea. I didn't have the idea with the fans. Okay. Oh, and on top of this, okay, we had tennis rackets. We had the tennis rackets in the room. So I was just blocking my face with them after a bit. But tennis rackets and bouncy balls are like, man, okay, so this is where the next part comes in. You can actually, if you take a little bouncy ball, like the little gum-sized bouncy balls, right? If you hit it with a tennis racket, like you can go, like, what's the tallest building in Windsor? The casino.
I don't know.
118
Yeah,
stories.
yeah.
Yeah. You probably hit like at least 75% up the casino with like a good, well-aimed smack. Okay. So what we did was we went to another tall building and where they had balconies, and we were just like swatting these little bouncy balls up. And what it was essentially doing was like knocking on people's doors. And then like, it was just funny. Like, so we were doing this for probably about a good like 30 minutes. And like, there were just so many people walking out on their balcony, like looking like, what the hell's going on? And like, I don't know, we might've hit somebody, but we were bad kids. Anyways, that's enough. I don't even know how we got there, but I'll find out when I edit this. I'm just going to cut that whole part out.
That can be an episode Hotline to go. You just edited it.
Yeah.
Crop it in. Here you go.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right, going to the
Honorable mention.
Honorable
There you
mention.
go.
Okay, so honorable mention. This is straight from me. I can't believe it. And actually, you know what? I still kind of can't believe it. Kevin James is on YouTube. He has 100,000 subscribers. I found this when he was at 15 somehow, and he only has 100 still. This was like a couple of days ago.
Oh,
But
geez.
man, this guy's like pumping out hilarious content. Okay, so my two favorites are the Star Wars one and the Notebook one.
Yes.
So basically, Kevin James started a YouTube channel. And it's like kind of like a comedy variety channel. He's got like little short films. Did you watch the Pizza Royale one from today?
No.
He gets into this
I only
like
seen the two.
hardcore fight with this chick over a piece of pizza, and like it's hilarious. Like it's just funny content. But
Okay.
the first couple of ones that he did, he's doing like he's got like a little skit called Sound Guy, and so like he does Rocky Sound Guy, Star Wars Sound Guy, the Notebook Sound Guy, and like in the one scene, and like he basically just green screens himself into these clips, and he's just trying to get sound or whatever. So he in the Star Wars one, he's just like doing sound over where like Darth Vader tells Luke he's his father.
Hey,
and then-
spoilers.
And then so Kevin James was like technically the first person to hear Darth Vader tell him that, and he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's like freaking out in the background. The one with the notebook, like Ryan Gosling is just yelling at the girl he's talking to in the movie, but he's in there and he's like, "What do you want? What do you want?" And he's like, "Mr. Gosling, I'm just trying to get a sound check here." And he's like, "What do you need?" And it's man, it's hilarious. We'll put the link for that in the
description.
He's only got like 6 or 7 videos, and he's got 103,000 subscribers. Like, what are we doing wrong?
It's actually really great. Yeah,
it's actually depressing.
I was trying to watch him, I guess, prior to the
because we don't have a Kevin, we have a James.
It's funny.
So one of you change your name to Kevin, and we'll get there.
He looked like Paul Blart.
Yeah,
mall cop.
He does Rocky too. Yeah, Rocky was the other one. Man, I love those little clips too. It's cool though because he only does sound guy every so often. So
I wonder if he can actually start making fun of his own movies. Like he just goes out on the street dressed up as like Paul Blart or whatever.
He'd be doing his own soundtrack.
What's the?
Did you watch Misread Waves?
No.
Where he like waves at somebody and then they wave back, but they're waving at the person behind him. Oh man, that's so awkward.
I'm just gonna start naming off some Kevin James movies here.
Please don't. Story number one.
Number
one. My back is getting tight.
This was Steve's story. This is stupid. This is my favorite story though.
On the Queensboro Bridge
I saw this on Twitter.
Damn it, Steve! Like, my God.
Let me sing my King of Queens.
No, I wasn't a huge fan of King of Queens.
Oh, I loved it. Are you kidding? I love that girl. He was like his wife, Carrie.
COD streamer banned on Twitch.
Oh, this is amazing.
For accident. There we go. We got his attention. Thank God he's back. Okay. Accidentally banned for shoot. So you sent me this fucking article, and I was like, why? Why are we going to talk about this? Yeah. I was like, COD streamer banned on Twitch for shooting G Fuel. That's what the link said.
Yeah.
I thought like he like snorted G Fuel or like injected G Fuel.
Well, what G Fuel is, because like that's what I was like, what the hell? What the hell is it? Yeah, it's just powdered form energy drink.
Did you know that they have a Pewdiepie flavor
or caffeinated beverage? Did they?
Yeah,
G Fuel.
It's lingonberry flavor. It's like the kind that you get at IKEA.
It tastes like Swedish.
Oh yeah.
I forget what team he was on, but he also got kicked off. Like
he got kicked out of everything.
Soar.
The only place he wasn't banned apparently was YouTube, and so that's where he posted his apology video.
What was his name? Carl Reed.
I don't know. This guy's an idiot though. This is like the stupidest thing I ever saw. He like, I didn't even believe it, even though the title said.
Yeah.
I watched the video though, and then he like pulls out a gun, and I'm like, okay, I'm still trying to figure out like what does this have to do with G Fuel? And he pulls, and I'm like, is that a G Fuel gun? I thought he shot a G Fuel gun. I thought I was just so confused because this is so stupid.
Yeah.
And he's live streaming this, and then he starts freaking out. He's like, "Oh my god!"
Well, no, because he started flexing because like people are calling him like I guess like calling him out on like his like he looks poor and crap like that. Like, and he starts trying to flex. He's like, oh, like does this look like I'm poor? Does this look like I have money or whatever?
No, it doesn't.
And so we start
how
flexing.
Much does a gun cost?
And
like $100.
As you can see, like he cocks it and he takes out the bullet, but he has like a full chamber inside like that, like the gun.
He didn't take out the bullet like that.
No, he popped out one bullet.
That was an empty one though, right?
Yeah, well, he popped out one bullet, and then he still has a whole cartridge clipped inside. So regardless, if you cock it, another bullet's gonna slip in, and that's when he shoots it. He was like, "Oh, there's nothing supposed to be in the chamber," and that's when he like shoots that actual energy drink on the side
right away too.
Yeah, because obviously,
and then he said he was drunk. Yeah, like okay, like he's just a statistic at this point.
So he started bragging how he's like so intoxicated prior for him to like waving around a pistol. And then, he's just throwing big dick energy everywhere. And then all of a sudden he just like, pulls out a gun, acts like he's going to shoot it off, but he actually still has a live bullet in the chamber. And he's like shoots this
he's decreasing his chances of being sponsored by G Fuel and increasing his chances of appearing on the Darwin Awards.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly it.
Guy's an idiot. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. But it just like makes me think like, even if I had a gun, and like I guess there are like times in my life where I've had like something that I could have shot out of something as like a projectile. Like you've had like those fake guns and stuff, but I never thought to like pick it up and like kind of brandish it around because like the feeling you get when you were a kid and playing with like toy guns and stuff. Okay. Yeah, I never got like the feeling like, oh, I need to pick this up. Maybe it's like a cultural difference thing then.
Maybe
because like these guys just have guns laying around everywhere. But like what if like next door to that room was like a family member or something like that, and he just like shot through the G Fuel, and then they got traces of G Fuel in his mom's brain from the next room over, like. Whatever.
But so like he got dropped by his I guess like his team and everything. Everyone banned him. From
he was pretending to threaten somebody too. Like I know you mentioned that. Yeah. But like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what?
He was just trying to do like a flex, and
what kind of flex? Guns don't like you don't flex with guns.
Yeah, well, a lot of people do, and this is a lot of stupid things that's happened, and that's how we get good content from talking about their stupidity.
So you're saying we should shoot G Fuel to get all this publicity? So
I'm
people
not
follow
saying
us?
we.
I think we should
but
do
we
shots
can
of G Fuel.
Talk about the idiots that shoot G Fuel.
Let's do shots of
See,
G Fuel.
but no one wants to see that content.
I was thinking G Fuel is something you could order in like kind of a big pack or whatever, but it's
Yeah.
always like 3 servings
Like
or
I
whatever. And I'm like, oh man, I
literally had
want
to like look it up. I was like, what the hell is G Fuel? And I was like,
Clearly
oh,
doesn't watch
caffeinated
PewDiePie.
powder.
It's like pre-workout.
Is it pre-workout?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically pre-workout.
Oh, I thought it was just like Rockstar but powder form.
G Fuel got its big push because like it's the only thing that PewDiePie drinks.
Oh.
Why? Although like
PewDiePie isn't even like, what is he drinking pre-workout for? He looks so like tiny.
he's PewDiePie,
Oh,
he has no legs.
Okay.
He needs all the energy he can get. Yeah, I don't know. The PewDiePie cup actually looks cool. I know you're not a fan of PewDiePie, but PewDiePie.
Well, I know of him. I'm not saying I'm not a fan. It's just I just don't know his content.
So you are a fan then?
I seen like
He's a
one or two.
9-year-old.
Yeah. At heart.
Wait, do you understand that joke?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's
Anyways.
9-year-old army. Okay.
Oh, thank God he followed through there. That was like
Yeah.
genuine confirmation. He knows what we're talking about.
He's a fan. He's one of us.
Okay, Boomer.
It was great hanging out with you guys.
Per usual.
Yeah. Thanks for wearing socks and underwear. And
I did not wear socks and underwear. Still Commando life.
James does not wear socks or underwear.
We need our own feet guy. Who kind of rating. Do you know there's like a whole like Wikipedia for like rate people's feet like of YouTubers?
Oh, yes, of course.
He's like, I'm on it.
Me.
Oh my God.
You're a feet guy.
Oh my
It's like
God.
show me your feet.
I know a guy who's a feet guy. I'm not, but
That's weird.
James like disclaimer. I'm not, but maybe I am a little bit.
What else was there?
There was nothing else.
I don't know.
Thank you for
Hey James,
listening.
what are our plugs?
Steve, you know I don't know our plugs, okay? You know for a fact I don't know your plug. I don't know.
James didn't
plug.
know what the plugs were supposed to be, even though he created them.
That is a fact.
He forgot them before he even told us what they were, and we couldn't do it anymore.
All right, Shane, what's our plugs?
No, you're the plugs today.
I'll do the plugs. Okay. Should you want to follow
always
us, follow us on
forgets
Instagram at Hotline Hangout Podcast, followed by our Twitter handle at Hotline Hangout. Should you want to email us, give us some sort of documentation or information, or talk about what that noise was, email us at hotlinehangout@gmail.com.
My dog is whining.
Should
He
you
wants
wish to follow us
attention.
on YouTube, you could hit us up at Hotline Hangout as well. Rate, comment, and subscribe.
Okay. You got them all there. And yeah, where can they find you on Twitter, James?
Arquette MTG.
Oh, can I get a bottom?
No, we do that at the beginning.
Ah, damn
I don't
it.
want to post it again. That's stupid.
Whatever. Okay.
Whatever.
Look me in the description. You know where I is.
Alrighty. And I am at Chesso everywhere. Wow, kind of a weird ending. My dog is like so whiny for attention right now,
Yeah,
so
he's
we're
like,
Give
gonna
me love,
hop right over to that.
love.
But yeah, thank you for listening to another episode of Hotline Hangout. See you next week.